You ever notice how wild people get about tiny money stuff, but completely ignore the big leaks draining their future? I'm Diana, and once you see this, you won't unsee it. People will argue 10 minutes over oat milk costing extra, yet watch tens of thousands vanish from retirement accounts and just shrug like it's normal, unavoidable, or somehow not their problem. I saw a guy lose his mind when his gym raised prices $3 a month, but he lost $40,000 last year to fees he didn't even know existed. When I explained it, he stared at me like I switched languages mid-sentence, because we're trained to notice loud costs, not the quiet ones eating us alive. Netflix goes up, Starbucks raises prices, Amazon charges again, and we rage. But invisible fees quietly compound every day without asking permission or triggering emotional alarms. These aren't taxes you see on paychecks or bills you pay monthly. These are stealth charges deducted automatically, never questioned, and way more dangerous because they feel painless. By the time most people realize these fees exist, the damage is already done, and they've lost more future money than they'll earn in years of hard work. Today, I'm breaking down exactly where these leaks hide, how they quietly grow, and how you can shut them off before they sink your entire financial future. Let's start with the most innocent-sounding villain, the investment fee, also called expense ratios. Advisor fees, management costs, different names, same wealth destroyer. You check your retirement statement and see 1% or maybe 1.5% and think that's nothing, basically pocket change, no big deal. That thinking is deadly wrong, because this fee isn't a one-time hit like closing costs on a house. It's charged every single year forever. Markets go up, markets go down, markets go sideways, and that fee still gets paid on your entire balance, growing larger as your money grows. It's not a transaction. It's a parasite, attached permanently to your wealth, quietly siphoning off growth you'll never get back. Let me show you how brutal this really is using simple math, no fancy finance degree needed, just real numbers and real consequences. Imagine you're 35, investing $10,000 a year for 30 years, and the market gives an average 8% return. Scenario 1, you use a low-cost index fund charging 0.04%, and after 30 years, you end with around $1.2 million. Scenario 2, you use funds charging 1.5%, maybe an advisor plus managed funds, same contributions, same market returns. After 30 years, you end with about $900,000, meaning that tiny fee erased $300,000 from your life. That 1.5% didn't just shave returns, it wiped out a quarter of your wealth, handed straight to Wall Street for nothing special. John Bogle called this the tyranny of compounding costs, because small percentages repeated for decades become massive transfers of wealth. Wall Street doesn't need to beat you, it just needs a small slice every year, like a casino house edge running forever in the background. Except this casino uses your retirement, your freedom, and your future comfort as the chips on the table. So where do you find this fee? Pull your retirement account, look for expense ratio, especially in mutual funds or target date funds. If that number is above 0.5%, you are bleeding money, and switching to index funds could save you hundreds of thousands long term. Now let's talk about the second silent fee, and this one feels safe while it's slowly wrecking you, inflation, the melting ice cube. You see cash sitting in checking accounts and feel secure because the number never drops, but purchasing power is quietly shrinking every single day. Think of cash like ice on a counter. The size changes even if the scale looks the same, and inflation doesn't send warning messages. At 3% inflation, money loses half its buying power in about 24 years, even when nothing happens to it. That 50,000 sitting still today buys what 25,000 will later, without a crash, without spending, without permission. The real damage isn't inflation alone. It's leaving money in the wrong place while better options quietly exist all around you. High-yield savings accounts pay 4 to 5% now, yet many people earn 0.01% out of habit. That gap costs thousands every year, just for staying loyal to the bank you picked randomly when you were young. Now comes the hardest fee to face, because it's personal, uncomfortable, and brutally expensive, the behavioral gap, the cost of being human. Studies show the market returns about 10% long-term, but average investors earn closer to 6 or 7%. That missing 3 to 4% isn't fees or inflation, it's panic selling, fear buying, waiting too long, and acting on emotions. Picture a market crash, headlines screaming, accounts dropping fast, sleep disappearing, and you selling just to feel relief. Months later, markets recover, but you're stuck in cash, locking in losses that never had to exist. By trying to protect yourself emotionally, you pay tens of thousands for the illusion of control. The worst part is this repeats, selling during fear, buying during hype, and wondering why results never match expectations. Your brain is wired to avoid pain, not build wealth, and investing punishes emotional reactions over long periods. The fix isn't becoming emotionless. It's removing decision-making through automation so feelings never get the steering wheel. When money moves automatically, crashes become background noise, not emergencies demanding action at the worst possible time. Boring investors win because they stay out of their own way and let compounding do the heavy lifting quietly. When all three fees stack together, the difference becomes massive, not from earning more, but from losing less over decades. Two people, same income, same effort, radically different outcomes, simply because one stopped paying silent fees. And that's the part nobody talks about. Wealth isn't built by genius moves, it's built by avoiding invisible mistakes. Now zoom out and picture your entire financial life like a bucket with tiny cracks, leaking quietly every day while nothing feels urgent enough to fix. These leaks never scream for attention, they whisper for decades, stealing freedom slowly while you stay busy chasing raises, bonuses, side hustles, and shiny distractions. I want you to see how these three fees team up, because together they hit harder than any bad stock pick ever could alone. Investment fees drain growth every single year, inflation eats idle cash daily, and emotions sabotage timing when fear or hype grabs the wheel hard. Most people feel each hit separately, so none feel deadly, but combined they quietly wreck outcomes over long stretches of time for ordinary investors everywhere. Let's run the full picture forward, because this is where the math gets wild, and the consequences finally become impossible to ignore for most people. Imagine two versions of you, same job, same pay, same effort, but totally different habits around fees, cash, and emotional decisions over decades long term. Both invest every month for decades, yet one keeps bleeding value invisibly while the other quietly captures compounding without stress or drama year after year. The losing version isn't reckless or lazy, they just accept default options, high fees, idle cash, and gut reactions as normal because nobody warned them. The winning version doesn't chase hot tips, they simply remove friction, cut silent fees, automate behavior, and let time do the work consistently forever. Here's the crazy part. The gap between those two lives grows slowly at first, then explodes later when compounding stacks up relentlessly over time. By retirement, that difference can mean choices versus stress, freedom versus obligation, and comfort versus working because you have no option left at all. This isn't about being perfect. It is about not donating your future to systems designed to profit from your inattention and emotional reactions over time. Every extra percentage in fees feels harmless today, but over decades, it quietly erases years of work and discipline without asking permission or warning. Letting cash sit idle feels safe, yet inflation slowly steals buying power while better options sit one click away from your phone today right now. Trying to time markets feels smart, but missing just a few strong days can nuke years of steady progress faster than expected every single cycle. History shows this over and over, yet emotions convince people that this time is different, urgent, and dangerous enough to act now without thinking. Your brain evolved to survive threats, not manage. Long-term portfolios calmly through volatility and non-stop scary headlines blasting daily everywhere across every screen. That's why automation matters so much, because it protects future you when present you is tired, stressed, or afraid, and tempted to react emotionally. Automatic investing removes timing decisions, emotional overrides, and second-guessing, letting discipline run even when motivation disappears during rough market stretches and wild news cycles. This is how boring investors win, not by brilliance, but by staying invested while chaos plays out around them year after year, patiently waiting. When markets crash, they don't panic sell, because the system is already set and running without permission from daily emotions or impulsive late-night decisions. That distance is powerful, because it turns volatility into background noise, instead of a personal financial emergency demanding immediate action from an anxious brain. Over decades, this approach compounds quietly, stacking gains while avoiding massive mistakes that permanently reset progress during emotional market moments most investors fall for. People love chasing upside, but real wealth often comes from simply avoiding downside created by preventable behavior repeated over long periods without awareness or systems. This is why high earners can still struggle later, while average earners quietly build impressive outcomes by controlling simple variables early and consistently enough. Income matters, but efficiency matters more, because wasted growth never comes back once time passes, and compounding windows close without mercy or refunds ever. Fixing these leaks doesn't require extreme discipline. It requires setting rules once and letting them run without constant supervision or emotional check-ins daily. That's why this works for any age. Because reducing friction helps immediately no matter your starting point or past mistakes already made before today. Even small improvements today can add 6 figures later, simply by keeping more of what you already earn, instead of leaking it away quietly. That's why focusing only on earning more misses the point, because leaks scale up as income rises, unless systems block them intentionally from day one. You don't need to predict markets. You need to predict your own behavior and plan around it before emotions hijack decisions during scary moments. Most losses happen not from bad markets, but from bad reactions at the worst possible times driven by fear and noise instead of patience. Once you accept that, the strategy becomes simple: reduce choices, automate actions, and stay boring even when boredom feels uncomfortable and emotionally unsatisfying initially. Boring feels slow, but boring compounds, while excitement usually shows up right before mistakes that cost years of progress to recover from financially later. This is the trade nobody explains: short-term boredom in exchange for long-term freedom with far less stress overall and better sleep nightly. When you finally see the numbers, the choice becomes obvious, even if changing habits feels annoying at first for most people used to chaos. Annoying beats expensive because small annoyances dawn. Compound into lifelong financial consequences the way silent fees do over decades without mercy or warning signs. This is your reminder that money habits matter more than money moments ever will, because habits repeat automatically while moments fade quickly from memory. Moments feel intense. Habits quietly decide outcomes while you refocused on everything else happening around you daily without asking for attention or permission ever. So don't wait for motivation or perfect timing, because neither shows up reliably when needed, especially during volatile markets or stressful life phases unexpectedly. Set this up once, check it occasionally, and let compounding handle the rest quietly while you focus on living instead of micromanaging money daily. Years from now, you'll thank yourself for choosing boring systems over emotional reactions during moments of market chaos that once felt overwhelming and urgent. That gratitude shows up as options, confidence, and calm instead of stress and regret when big decisions arrive later without enough savings otherwise available. This is how ordinary people quietly build extraordinary outcomes without hype or constant attention, by respecting math and time, instead of chasing excitement forever. If you do nothing else, remember this: stop volunteering to lose when winning can be boring and ridiculously effective long-term for patient, consistent people. The money you keep matters more than flashy moves, and future you is counting on that decision made calmly today without fear or noise. Like, subscribe, and share.